Hello, my collective, my beautiful lovelies. How are you? Elsie here to do a reading. I thought I would just come here and do a full moon reading while I'm in the midst of these reads here. And because today, happy full moon to you. It is the full moon in Libra. So I thought I'd come by and give you some energy, see if we can get some energy on the table for that. So this full moon is in Libra. If you need any specific details about that, please see your favorite astrologer. That's not me. I'm just an energy reader. So I'm just going to give you the energies that I'm feeling around it and a little bit of research that I've done. And so what I know is that this full moon in Libra is asking us to strike a balance between being diplomatic and fair-minded. And I think that that is going to be a little easier now because on the same day that we have today, on Saturday, April the 12th, the same day that we have this full moon in Libra, Venus is also coming out of retrograde. So it's moving us forward, giving us movement in relationships and getting resolutions. So we have heightened emotions a little bit because don't forget that, Libra's in the moon energy, and that means that the opposite sign is in the sun. So Aries is in the sun. Aries about the self, Libra's about everybody else. And so it's like we're trying to strike a balance between what's good for us and what's good for them as well. So it feels like it's a time to be diplomatic and fair-minded and in relationships and bringing up things. Venus going to direct today means that it's going to be a little bit easier to feel things, to speak our feelings, right? All right, up until now, I think we're sort of up in our heads. So let's find out what's going on for the collective. Look, this is for everybody. Everybody who logs in here, this could be about you. It's a general read for all signs, not for any specific signs, just for the collective. Let's find out what's going on for you. Tell me about the collective, please. All right, so somebody here, you're hoping, wishing for something. It says, hold your vision, if that's you. We do have you're very close to achieving your goal. Oh, how exciting. I kind of love that. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. When I see this, it reminds me of the Sitkas in BC, right? The Sitka trees, right? There's among the tallest in the world. And it reminds me of like laying on the ground and looking to the sky. So you're very close to your goal. So whatever your goal is, whether it's a work goal or a romantic goal, whatever it is, I feel like somebody here, we've got a full moon eclipse, and it says new moon in Pisces. It looks like a full moon though. But it feels like something is about to end so something else can begin for you here. You're about to achieve a goal. So a door is closing so something else can come up here. It says meditate and contemplate. I don't know about you, but I get really drained around the full moons. And so maybe it's, you maybe need to keep focus on yourself. This is Piscean energy. You could be a Pisces, and although this is not a full moon eclipse, it is a full moon. It says conclusions are within reach. So if you've been waiting for an answer on something that someone's been holding back, like maybe a loans officer, maybe you're trying to get the mortgage, it feels like something that's being held back from you with this Venus that was in retrograde. It feels like now is go time. It's like everything is like there's a big push forward for something to show up for you here. Yeah, hold your vision, it says. All right. What else do we have here for the collective? We're going to throw some tarot at this as well. Just thought I would get some of these here oracles on the desk. Find out what else is going on for the collective, please, for this full moon in Libra. I like that. Reframe, huh? So you're very close to achieving your goal. You're about to see something from a very different perspective. So if you're the person who thought that person had no feelings for you, you're going to find out that person had feelings for you. It feels like something you were spiraling about maybe, and I feel like you are going to finally see it for what it is, and it's going to make you reframe everything. You're going to go back and like, oh, that's what they meant when they said that. I thought they meant something else. We've got compassion. It says meditate and contemplate. So for those of you who are waiting on somebody to say something, I feel like this compassion is what you're supposed to have for yourself. If you are waiting for an answer for someone who maybe you've been dating, or do you want to be exclusive, or waiting for someone to call you after the first date, I feel like you're supposed to go within, go inward here with this Piscean energy and have some compassion for you. And just remember, please, that it's not always when silence ensues, it's sometimes because things are changing quietly. It's not always because it's the end of something. Sometimes it's just a pause. So it says conclusions are within reach. The universe agrees. It says approve. So it feels like conclusions are within reach. So whatever the conclusion is, good or bad, I feel like it is showing up for you here. I feel like you've only got one job here, and that's to surrender, to let the universe take care of it. Because if you have no control over it, it doesn't matter how much worrying you do, right? You have no control over it. All right, let's get these on the table, and then we'll get to some tarot. Tell me about the collective. Tell me about the collective, please. We've got sacrifice. That's kind of interesting energy to come up here. Giving up something now for a future reward. You're coming very close to achieving your goal, and you're going to reframe it. So for some of you, the reason it's been delayed is because somebody is making a sacrifice currently. Maybe they're not talking to you because they're ending something with someone else. That could be a scenario for some of you. And that might make you reframe it when they come to you and say, I was choosing between you and someone else, and I picked you, and I had to let that person down kindly. So you're very close to achieving some sort of a goal here. I feel like somebody is giving up something now. They're sacrificing something for a future reward with you, is what it feels like here. We've got compassion, meditate, and contemplate. What is this here? Piscean energy. We've got happiness. Look, it feels like somebody here is being asked to go within and realize that regardless of the answer or whatever it is that you're waiting on to come to a conclusion, whether the conclusion is beneficial to you or not, whether it works out the way you want to or not, you always have the choice to be happy. So new discoveries that lead to celebrations, love yourself first. And that's what it's talking about here with compassion and meditate and contemplate. So I feel like this is how you're supposed to be spending your time right now. While you're waiting for someone to answer you, or waiting for the bank to get back to you, or waiting for the loans officer, it feels like you're supposed to meditate and contemplate. All right, conclusions are within reach here. Something's about to be approved, whether it's a bank loan or it's a relationship possibly. There is an approval here. Somebody might approve of you. Maybe someone had to ask their mom, do you approve of them? Maybe you've been approved. We do have embrace, find peace with your current state of being. So I'm going to say that whatever the answer is, whatever the conclusion is that's within reach, as I was saying, it doesn't matter what it is. It matters if you can embrace it, the situation as it is. Can you surrender it and just let it go? I know that you've been holding your vision, but can you surrender it and just let it go so you can have your own balance? Like, I want to say that something is it's like a crescendo, right? It's like when the orchestra gets really loud at the end before everything stops, it's like you're in the crescendo right now. So it feels like everything feels very intense. We've got expansion, pursue bigger and better, greater endeavors. We've got strength. I feel like you're supposed to have the strength to expand. I think something's about to change here that you don't realize is about to change. I think I'm going to use these cards here. That's what I do when I get a new deck, and this is a new deck, and it's lovely. I really like it. It's one of those reflective decks, if you haven't seen them before. I got this one from my friend Pete over at Paranormal Pete. He has an Etsy store. It's a friend of mine, and it's a kind gift. All right. He also gave me a scrying mirror. I'm trying the whole scrying thing. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. We all know Baba Jolie is the expert scryer. I don't really know what's going on, but if I see anything, I'll let you know. I'll have to do a little bit of studying. Let's find out what's going on, please. Oh, the scrying stone is obsidian too, which is kind of cool. All right. Tell me what is going on with the collective, please. Give me some tarot energy. We've got, ooh, boy, just like bam, right? Got the Fool, right? So something exciting. It's like an exciting new door is opening here. And you're very close to achieving that goal. And I think that you've been in this energy of, I don't know if this is happening for me, but I feel like somebody here is in the midst of making a sacrifice for you. And I feel like you're going to be taking some sort of really exciting leap of faith here with somebody. And tell me more. Okay, these cards jump. I kind of like it. We've got the Hanged Man. Oh, very interesting, because this is Piscean energy and the Hanged Man is Piscean energy. And it does feel like somebody here is trying to get a perspective. Look, it's like happiness is here with compassion and meditation and contemplation. And I feel like it's saying, I can be happy regardless of what the end result is. I promise myself I will be happy. It feels like someone here is taking a pause, trying to see it from a different perspective, that whatever the answer is doesn't really, how can I say, doesn't really impact who you are and how fabulous you are. But I feel like you're sort of in this energy of this Piscean energy where you're sort of with bated breath waiting for an answer about something. That's what it feels like here. Conclusions are within reach. Tell me about that. Something's about to be approved here. Ooh, the Tower. It's a shocker. Oh, I kind of like it. It's like the suspense is building. It's kind of cool. The Tower is here, right? Kind of like this on the reflective cover. It's kind of cool. Gives it drama. It's about as much drama as you're going to get from a Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun. So the Tower is here. Yeah. And so conclusions are within reach. And so it does feel like there is something that is quickly changing here. We do have the full moon eclipse on this card, right? And we'd all know what eclipses do, right? Eclipses are really quick energy and something's changed that you don't really have any control over. And so the Tower is a little bit of chaos as well. Like things are shifting here and you don't really have the power to stop it, because when the major arcana show up, and we've got three, all three of them are majors, when the major arcana show up, you don't have the power to change any of it. It's changing you, and all you can do is react or respond. That's it. And so I feel like there is big change coming here, that this is, this is like probably the least dramatic moon of the year, but I feel like it's making lots of really silent, soft changes. I'm just thinking about this Venus energy. It feels like it's making, it's like a huge change, but it's like it comes in really quietly almost. It feels like that. It just quietly shows up and gives you a little bit of stability, balance. Tell me about the Fool, please. We've got the Six of Wands, we've got the Nine of Wands, and we've got the Star. So this is something that you've hoped for. It is something that you're sort of on the edge of your seat about, because we do have the Nine of Wands here, and this is the Wounded Warrior. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody here. Look, come closer. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody here who things don't usually go your way. Like you're like, I really wanted that, but I never got it. I never get the things that I want. I feel like the Six of Wands is telling me that you're supposed to be a little more forward thinking than that, because I feel like there's something here you've been manifesting with the Star, and with the Six of Wands here, that's about victory. That's about like, you've been through a hard cycle, because this person who's on the horse is, coming back from the fight or the war, and people are cheering them on, excited to see them. This person's coming back for the victory lap. And so you could be coming back from some sort of a broken heart. I just saw the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So the Six of Wands is telling me that this person is coming back home, or what feels like home, for a victory, after being in the Wounded Warrior energy. And this is the place where I'm supposed to tell you, don't give up, be resilient, don't give up, because it's right around the corner. Your manifestation is like right there. It's right around the corner. So hang in there, have some hope, because I feel like the Star is here to say that things are about to get balanced. So the thing that you feel the most emotional about, I feel like right now what's happening is things are getting into balance. The sacrifice is being made. You're going to see why with the reframe. You're going to see why. And that you're so close to your goal with the Nine Wands here, like really close to the goal. Tell me about the Hanged Man here. And I think that some of you, like, there's no time frame here, right? Like, this could happen tomorrow. This could happen a week from now. And I mean, further on to that, because full moon energies, I think, linger for a little bit. I don't know how long. Check with your astrologer. But I feel like they're like 5 or 7 days, or maybe even longer. I don't know. But so it may not happen right away. I feel like somebody here is going to get a way different perspective than they had before. I feel like you're in the pause, you're bracing for something to happen that's not going to happen in your favor. We've got the Judgment, but guess what? You're wrong. Look at this. Something is changing that's major. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards on the desk, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are major arcana. That's lots of really big change, collective. So for me as an energy reader, Virgo and Pisces is what Judgment is. And I think it's encouraging you to leave whatever it is that you don't need in the past, because this it feels like you're going to be called to do something new or something else. And the Hanged Man is like, it's going to give you a perspective you never had before, but it's also going to change a lot of things for you. I feel like this is a lesson in you learning how to ground your energy while you feel like you can't, like while you're waiting on something here. With the meditating, right? Meditate, contemplate, compassion, happiness. Feels like the universe is sort of testing you, like, yeah, this thing is coming, but are you going to lose it or are you going to ground it? We do have the King of Swords. So the official person is here. Could be an Aquarius. We do have Aquarius here as well. We have Leo. We have Sagittarius. We have Aries, Pisces, and Scorpio. And so it could be official person. Somebody's bringing an official word that is going to cause happiness for you here. A new discovery that leads to a celebration. So it feels like you're going to get the official word. So whatever the official word is, the loans officer, you got the job, or whatever it is, the person who wants to start something really serious with you. This is sort of a serious kind of person here. So if this is a person for you, the King of Swords is Aquarius, but also Gemini and Libra, because we're in a reading that is general, right? So this person is somebody who spends most of their time in their head. So when you ask them something serious, that's going to be life-altering, like the Judgment card, this person isn't going to answer you right away. They're going to take it away and think about it first. So you might be sort of waiting for the answer from this person here. Tell me about the King of Swords. For some of you, this is the official person that's showing up with the official document. Maybe you're waiting for divorce papers. Maybe you're waiting for the loan papers. Maybe you're waiting for the lease papers, right? We've got the 7 of Cups. So it feels like you have a lot of overwhelming emotional feelings, I want to say, before this all happens, that you're probably scattered in your emotions at this time because you don't know what's going on. You don't have the ability to take a cup off the wall, and you're waiting for someone to choose the cup for you. And I feel like that's a little bit nerve-wracking here. I really do feel that you just need to practice being compassionate and knowing that whatever happens, you can choose to be happy, no matter what the outcome is. Let's find out here, because it feels like this is an outcome here, because the Tower's here. It's like everything falls to the ground. It's like the Tower's here. The shift happens. Something is going to shock you, shake your foundation. This conclusion is here, and something is approved. And it asking you to embrace it. Find peace within this circumstance or state of being. Tell me about this Tower, please. We've got the 3 of Cups. Whatever it is, it's great. Whatever it is, it's celebratory. Tell me about the 3 of Cups. We've got the Page of Wands, and I feel like it comes out of nowhere. It shocks you because I feel like you've already talked yourself out of it, collective. I feel like you're already saying, nah, if I have to wait this long, there's just no way. There's just no way. They probably just didn't send me the letter that said I didn't get the job, or the letter that said I didn't. Maybe I'm just waiting on the rejection letter. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, I think you've talked yourself out of it. It seems like like you're waiting for this approval and you're supposed to embrace it, but I feel like you're really in this place of the 5 of Cups. You're already in this place of regret. The 3 of Cups is here, and then the 3 of Cups is poured out in front of this person here. So it almost like you've decided that it's not mine. But I think that what you're missing here is like you've turned your back to the happiness, because I feel like this could also be a habit. Like it could be like you get into the habit of being disappointed before things disappoint you because maybe that's just the way things roll for you. But I think it's different this time because the Three of Cups is here with the Tower. I think it's different. Tell me what the outcome is, please. All right. Drop some cards on the desk. Let's get them. We've got the Devil. We've got the Knight of Cups. Look, you were worried about it, but look, somebody's really obsessed with you. You were worried it wasn't going to work out, but they're really super obsessed with you. They're being careful, which accounts for the King of Swords and the Aquarius energy here. They're being very careful because the Knight of Cups is the passive knight, but look, they're carrying the cup and they don't want to spill out any of the emotions. So I feel like somebody is actually quite taken with you, quite attached to you, quite obsessed with you. And we do have the Knight of Swords. You're going to hear from them. You're going to hear them say something. Look, I can't even write that. The Two of Cups is here. So for some of you, not all of you, and I like to just put that disclaimer on it because look, not all of you are in this space where you've done the work that this is coming up for you now. And that is doesn't mean that it won't come up for you. It just means that maybe this is not your reading today. Maybe it's a reading that is three months in advance for you. Like maybe it doesn't happen for 3 months, but it feels like here that somebody felt like someone maybe didn't have feelings for me, had no romantic connection to me. It feels like you had a lot of big feelings for them and you'd thought that they weren't interested, but look, they're actually really obsessed romantically. And the Knight of Swords is here. They're coming in aggressively to reach out to you. You can see this person on this side. Yep, this person on this side is reaching out. You can see the hand is reaching out to the other person. So somebody's going to reach out to you, and this is mutual compassion or affection. So whether it's platonic or romantic, the answer is yes when the Two of Cups comes up, because this is mutual. So whatever feelings you have for them, they have for you as well. We have the Hierophant energy. We have the Nine of Cups. Look, wish fulfillment is coming in here, possibly for a commitment for some of you. Depends where you are. Like if you've never met this person before and only been on one date, of course, they're not going to want commitment right away. But for those of you who maybe have been dating someone for maybe 9 months, right? For me, cups are months. Maybe you're feeling in alignment with them or they're feeling in alignment with you. And it's time for them to take the next step and ask for some type of commitment or structure. Like the structure could mean, let's agree not to see anybody else. Let's agree just to try and work it out with each other. But it looks like the Two of Wands is here. Somebody is at the crossroads waiting on the Empress. So I feel like if you are the Empress, that you have literally called in something. The wish fulfillment is right here with the Star. You've called in your Ten of Cups, my friend. And so if you're waiting for someone to figure out whether they want to be with you or not, I think you're getting that information from them. And I feel like it's going to bring great balance. But I feel that in the meantime, you've got to center yourself. Gratitude. I feel like this is where you are sort of in this process. And you've got to really make sure that you are giving yourself compassion, being happy, trying not to be nervous, trying to get a good sort of contemplation or holding back sort of a pause, right? It feels like meditation possibly. But I feel like it's just somebody is trying to work out the details is what it feels like. And that's what this holdback was about. But now with Venus going direct and this full moon, I feel like somebody here is going to be no longer overthinking it because the Libra energy, I feel like we're coming to full circle here. And it feels like somebody here is going to make their decision for you. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I hope this is your story. I really do. See you guys later. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.